Going to the World Cup with Jamaica team, it would be a goal of mine. I've been there once, but after coming back from giving birth, I think it's important for young girls or people around the world, most importantly Jamaica, can see that you can have a family and still come back and play.
This is our third session. So far, so good. I know the players are buying in. Players are into it. Even though some of the players have a short break, everybody's showing. The players who are here are just showing a lot of enthusiasm. They think they're deserving, and they're gonna push on. And I like what I see. Finishing is always the last piece to come. So serving and finishing, obviously the runs are not good. The service are not what we got, but again, we know that while we move along, we have to start working on those things day in, day out, and we have some time to make it better.
I certainly believe that within this time period before the team departs, you'll be able to get most of those things right.
Well, I mean, yeah, even when we depart, we have time to fix everything. You're not going to fix everything in one or two training sessions. Everybody's coming from a different culture, so we're trying to put this culture together. Where certain areas of the field we need the ball in certain places. I mean, obviously, there's certain technical stuff that has to improve. Okay, so we have to that has to be fixed, and that's easy to be fixed. And then tactical part of it and the functional. I think everything more is just tactical functional stuff right now. Technically, it's all right. Tactical functional stuff. Where do we put the ball? How do we make the runs? Stuff like that. So yeah, so we'll clean it up.
When can you expect the rest of the girls to join up, coach? I know you need them to help work and the whole tactical function.
I mean, a couple of players are in because we leave them back because they have games as we speak. They might have games today. They Havana Sloan and Shayna. I mean, they have games, so we talk to their coaches, and it's good. They're playing games. They're training. They're playing games. So, and those girls are always ready. So I'm not too worried about them.
But so far, so good. So you're pleased with what?
I'm very, very pleased with what I see, and I'm very, very pleased with the girls, and I'm very, very pleased with the girls' reaction. Whether we have a game or not, I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing.
Any concerns at all, though, coach, at the present time?
Well, I mean, not for people in camp. The people in camp are fine. I mean, we always have a lot of concerns. We could discuss and take 3 days to discuss those, but I'm not going to go into those.
I wasn't in the last camp in England, but seeing from where we were in Australia back in February to seeing where we are now defensively, I think it's like night and day. And I think that actually, that helps with girls going off to teams in our clubs and actually getting that experience, getting those minutes in, and getting that experience. So to do that with your club and then come back here on an international level is so helpful towards us. So I think defensively will be pretty solid this World Cup.
And personally, what do you think your contribution you have to contribute to this team?
I think mostly just my experience. I'm one of the older ones on the team. So for me, it's just about the experience that I've had over the few years that I've had playing as a professional. I don't have that much international experience, but I think the experience that I've had as a professional can help me on the international stage. So that's what I'm here to offer. My voice, my leadership, that's what I'm here to do. I think we could definitely get out of the group stage for sure. That's obviously ambition. You want to win. That's everybody's motivation. So for me, I'm going to sit here and say it just like how I feel like they all want us to get out of group stage. I think we can. I think we will. But it's these moments here, in these camps in Amsterdam that really are going to count. That really are going to matter. So we have to, you have to hone in, take it as seriously as we possibly can, and just get ready. It's going to be a challenging World Cup to say the least. Playing France and Brazil, top 10 teams in the world. So we got to get ready. Every little bit of it counts. So we'll be all right though.
The most important thing that I'm coming back, I'm getting ready to see if I can make the World Cup squad. I think I'm working on my fitness overall. Playing here at Arnhem is a blessing. I think the coaching staff and the players have really helped me. Every day I come here, I go and learn something new. And I think it's important to train with the boys because they're fast and strong. And it's just a shame that we don't have a women team that I can compete with here or just get ready.
I know physical fitness level you're supposed to be at. You feel close to that and feel like, as I say, you're closer to getting that call up because everybody close anticipating to hear if you're on the squad. So tell if you feel that close to it.
Each day going by, I'm getting stronger. So I think my confidence is building. I just want to do this for me, my family, and my fans. So I'm just doing what I need to do and focus on me and leave the rest up to the coaches. I think there's always things to work on. The camp, the girls, the energy is good. The World Cup jitteries, that's it, yeah. I think it's coming out, but it's the highest level. If you're here, you should be nervous. Going to the World Cup with Jamaica team, it would be a goal of mine. I've been there once, but after coming back from giving birth, I think it's important for young girls or people around the world, most importantly Jamaica, can see that you can have a family and still come back and play. I think sitting here for like 1 year, I wanted to play, but I'm like, I'm not going to play in the Women Premier League, and that's so bad for being a female representing Jamaica, and I don't want to. I think there's so much things can change, and I think that's up to the Football Federation, the JFF. I'm friends with the girls, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to train because when I go, I can't pay fare or buy gas, put in my car. So I think they have to pay the girls. The girls need money. Some of them have kids too, and they have family they're taking care of. I don't think they want to leave their job to come and play, even though they love the sports, because at the end of the day, it's reality. When football done, we still have a life. So I think we have to support female as much as we support the male team.
And I think the English League is probably the most competitive league there is in the world. I think it's probably one of the best leagues. So having players that play in that league is also going to help us moving into the World Cup with our experiences and stuff like that, and playing against different players that other players haven't played with. So I think, the WSL does prepare us for that, but we've just had a rest now. So I'm just happy for that first before we go into it. Obviously, coming away from my season 2 weeks ago, FIFA made a rule that we probably shouldn't be here on this camp, but I was eager to get out here and join up with the team and train. Coach has made it very clear to me that, if there's certain times and sessions that I need to come out in, then I can come out. So he's made me feel comfortable in knowing my own body and knowing what's good for me and what's not so good for me at this moment in time. But I've completed every training session so far. I feel in really, really good shape at the moment, so hopefully that continues. The message has been clear from the start. I've got no kind of reservations towards us as a team. I think we can make it through the group. They'll be just as worried about us as we are of them. So I think, when it comes to teams like France, Brazil and Panama, I think, we'll give ourselves a good account of ourselves, and I think we can make it out of the group for sure. I mean, it's a new era of players, and, watching the young players come in is actually amazing because they're full of confidence. They ask questions when they need to ask questions. They don't mind doing that, because I remember when I was a lot younger, I wouldn't ask older players any questions, I'd just be quiet and just get on with training. So it's nice to see that younger players will, now ask questions, now ask about the experience that other players have gone through. So I just hope that, all the communications that go to and from are, well received and useful and beneficial for us when we go into the World Cup.
What does it mean for you personally and the girls to have one of the best strikers, Bunny Shaw?
Yeah, I mean, Bunny, we all know what she brings to the team. And we want to hopefully we can be there and to serve her. Basically, she's up there. We need to make sure we give her the ball so she can do her business.
Worried about any team in our group? Brazil, for example?
No, I don't think we're worried. Obviously, it's like everyone keeps saying to us, it's the group of death. But I'm, confident that we can get out of the group. They'll be worried about us just as much as they think we're worried about them. So that's the kind of road that I'm going down with this. We'd have hoped that we'd have had more fixtures leading into leading into the World Cup. And it's just been disappointing that we've not been able to get that over the line. And us as players, I think we deserve to have more fixtures and for things to be sorted out for us, which hadn't been done. So now, we're kind of just focusing on ourselves and trying to stay positive, getting through this camp, and then once we get to Holland, hopefully we'll have some fixtures there that we can tuck into. Training's been great, the vibes have been really, really good, and I think everyone's just aware that it's competition for places. The squad's not been selected yet, so I think everyone's training really well, but obviously players are on different ends of their season, and some people are still playing, some people have finished. I've just come back from a vacation, so it's kind of like all up in the air with players, but the coaching staff have been great at managing us and making sure that we're still fresh, come the end of the week. But the vibes in the team are really, really good.